Hi everybody, welcome to another thrilling installment of the Thin Green Line tutorial. How you doing today? Great to hear. We're on the grounds of J&J Landscaping today with my right hand man, Mr. Tom Jr. Tom, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
J&J Landscaping happens to be our sponsor for today's event, and by sponsor I mean he lets me use the shop whenever I want to make sure that the equipment is running tip-top shape. And that's what brings us to our next tutorial here, and that is on the maintenance of our equipment. It's late April, early May. We're getting ready to start the mowing season, and we want to make sure our lawnmower and equipment is in tip-top shape, ready to go. So stick around. We're going to cover a few quick topics on how we make sure our equipment is running at its best. Stick around. All right, the first topic we're going to cover today is changing the oil. That's the first step I'm going to take. We've let the mower run for a few minutes to make sure that oil is loosened up, ready to be drained from the system to get the oil filter changed and to be able to add new oil to the mower. So let me show you how I go about doing that. All right, again, we want to make sure we're changing our oil to start the year off. And how I do that with this particular model is I've located the oil drain down here at the bottom, and that drain leads all the way to this nice convenient hose, which I have ready to go down here in this oil collection pan. So I've already gone ahead and pre-loosened this joint right here. I'm just going to take that out and let that oil drain. What I'll also do is come up here to the oil fill and loosen that to make sure there's no vacuum holding it back. So we'll let that drain and we'll move on to the next topic. Alright, while that oil is draining, I'm going to take the opportunity to find some grease fittings and throw some grease around to make sure that it's properly greased. Okay, now with the majority of the oil drained out, I'm going to go ahead and take off the oil filter and remove that. Now what I've done in advance is put down a rag here underneath the oil filter, because what's going to happen is inevitably oil is going to drain out from the excess that's in the filter and whatnot. So we want to be able to catch as much of that as we can to make it as little mess as possible. So just muckle onto that little unit right there, spin it off. I caught it pretty quick there, so I didn't spill too much, but it's still leaking out. I'm going to let that collect there. I'm going to go throw this away. Be right back with you. All right, here we have the replacement filter. So what I'm going to do now is take a little bit of that excess oil that's draining, just a little bit, rub it around the seal just like that. What this does is help keep a nice seal between the filter and the motor so there's no leaks and it doesn't get seized on there with the high temperatures you run into. So get that threaded on there. What I'm going to do here is give it a couple ugga-duggas, 1, 2 ugga-duggas there to make sure it's good and tight. Don't want it too tight, don't want it too loose, leak oil, not a good situation. So let's go ahead and clean up this situation here. Just as I hoped, very little motor oil fell on the mower here, and we're good to go on to the next step. Alright, so we've already got all the oil drained out of it. I've gone ahead and replaced the drain plug. Now we're ready to put more oil into the engine. So we got our dipstick out there. Let's go ahead and dump 2 quarts right in there. Alright, so there you have it. I got 2 quarts of oil dumped in there. Got a brand new fresh oil filter on there. Oil's drained. All the grease fittings I could find are greased up. Now a couple other things I've already done in advance of this is check the air filter to make sure it's nice and clean and fresh. And I've also gone through and checked the fuel filter on the other side, and that one's also looking nice and fresh. Alright, so again, I covered the changing of the oil. I talked about changing the spark plugs, the air filter, the fuel filter, checking those to make sure they're good. I got the top cover off, check the pulleys, check the belts to make sure those are good. I'm just going to give her a good rinse down to make sure that she's nice and clean. And ready to go.
Working at the car wash, yeah. Come on and sing it with me, car wash. Sing it with the feeling now, car wash, yeah. Woo! Come some of the work gets kind of hard.
All right, so there you have it. We've got her all washed up, we get the fluids changed, we got all the maintenance items checked off, ready to go, and we're ready to get it loaded up and head home to start the mowing season. And just to end, a big thanks to all my followers. Special big thanks to my big friend Jeff9. He put the link to one of the videos there up there on the Facebooks, and I don't know what that did, but I tell you what, I think we had a video go viral. I don't really know what the definition of viral is, but I think we had 100 views on this one particular video, so keep on liking stuff and hitting the links, the comments. If you have any questions, throw them in there. Any suggestions for future shows? We've got a few good ones coming up on the first mowing of the season. And we'll get into lines and striping and all the other good stuff. So keep watching, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.